Okay, time for, I believe, part 4 of the project. This is going to be the actual login procedure. So now that we know how to actually connect to a database, and we know how to add people to the registry database, it's time to do the actual connection. So I'm going to come here and add a command section. Okay. Same thing that we did with the other one. We want to create a command. Let's call it login command. New OLEDB command. Then create a string. We're gonna call this string login queue. Okay. Like this is actually a query unlike the other one, but this is going to be the text for the command, and what we're going to type in is select asterisk. Okay. Asterisk from project where username equals username and pass equals password. Okay, make sure to put the single indentations on these, and it's important that we should pull up our Excel and make sure that when we type in username, this first username matches it perfectly, and the second one, pass, equals that, along with project. Okay, because we are selecting everything from the project database where the username is equal to whatever's typed into the username, and the password is equals whatever is typed into the password text boxes. Yeah. Next up, what we want to do, same thing that I covered last time. Remember, if you say something's wrong and it's one of these little detail things, I will deduct points. So please just make sure that it's parentheses plus parentheses, and plus parentheses. Pass is equal to the same thing, where do parentheses plus parentheses there, plus before those parentheses, a semicolon there, and a semicolon outside of that. And now we have a nice, easy to do, easy to understand query that's going to pull up and compare what we typed in to what comes back. Okay. Next, we need to do what's called creating a data reader, because in order to pull data from somewhere, we've got to pull it to something. So we have to do OLEDB data reader, and I'm going to call it login data equals login command dot execute reader. Now, we need to add a few things here. I actually jumped the gun a little bit. Okay, so after we have the string, we want to do login command dot connection is equal to final project connect, right? It has to know that the connection it's using specifically for the login command is the same one that we've established, and it also needs to know what the command text is. So login command.command text equals login queue. Okay. Then it already knows what the command is. It knows it's login queue, so it's just going to go ahead and execute that and read it into data. So we don't need to run it. It's being executed at this point. And this is going to be kind of a patchwork way of doing it. This isn't too smart, but let's do an int I equals 0. And we're actually going to create a while loop. This while loop should say while login data dot read. So as long as there's information in the command reader. So while that happens, let's go ahead and add one up. Okay, so this is creating a counter. And you might say, well, why do we want this counter? Well, if we type in something that is not a username or a password in there, it should come back with nothing, which means there's only going to be no commands back. There's not going to be anything. If we type in something that matches, we know, okay, this works. And what we want to do is run into a if I, which is our counter. This is the number of records we are getting back. Okay, theoretically it should be 1, but because our access database, as you can see, has the posts here, we're actually going to be creating more than one with the username, and this is not good database design, but this is not a database design class, so this is easy database design. If I is greater than or equal to 1, well, then theoretically the login's been successful. Okay, it's only going to pull one username out. If it pulls more, that's also fine. I mean, if it pulls more records, it's fine as long as the usernames match. So we'll do a message box dot show. Good job logging in. In, and then we'll do else, because if the only thing that's going to be a case is if it's a 0. If it's 0, they failed their login. So else message box dot show login error. Login error. And let's be nice to these people. txt username dot clear txt password dot clear. Okay, if there's a problem logging in, they were wrong about something, so we'll go ahead and clear it for them. Okay, and with this, we should be able to have no problem starting. I feel like I definitely missed something, but we'll find out. Starting, and you can type in a username and a password. Okay, at logged in. Now let's do something wrong. Login error, you see. Great. And with this, you have just designed a system that should do that. Now, I'm interested to see if this will work. So let's go ahead and start. Let's register. Pull it up. Only thing that matters is first name, bwayne1. Password is lame. Okay, now remember, I haven't done the code to make sure that confirm password works, but we can press register and close this. Now if I type in 1 and lame, it worked. You see, we just inserted something and it worked. Isn't that great? So already you're able to add new users into your account. You're able to do all this. Now, one thing that is going to happen is every time you restart the program, it's going to wipe all that information out. Like, watch as I stop this program. Type in bwayne1. I go to logging in. It's not going to work. The reason why it's not going to work is because we are starting with a fresh copy of your database every time. But at least now we can properly submit and work from there. So congratulations. We are getting closer and closer to finishing this up.